Alright everyone, well, welcome back. Finally doing it. Back to the scrapyard for the end of the year special. I'm taking all my good metal. I don't have that much steel today anyway, but I'm going to take my copper and probably my bare bright copper. Get the glove on. Throw our glove in there. And hopefully make some money. Got a lot of late year expenses coming up, so let's see what we got going on. Okay, so it's a little dark in here. Can't really see much. Wow, that's really heavy. Alright, so I'm going to do a little bit of separating, but I think it's time to haul some of this metal out. It looks like a nice bundle of brass in here. So brass comes in all different shapes and sizes. This is like a plate. It looks like it's silver plated, but if you follow it down right here, that's all actually yellow. So that's brass. This is some sort of broken pitcher. You can see right there, it's actually a little golder color. It's also brass. So brass does not only look like that. It also has a bunch of different ways about going it. Don't know what this is. This might be like $1.90 per pound. I'm going to aim for, I think, like realistically probably 150. I don't think I'll get to $200. We can try, but I'm aim for like 150. Hopefully we get that. We have a nice little chunk right here. So I was watching on YouTube or Instagram this guy who works at that scrapyard I was talking about, and I figured out the reason why he makes everything go so quickly, but when he does this sorting, is because he has like 9 or 10 of these with just different drill bits. You have screwdriver bits, whatever it might be. He has different ones for each individual impact gun that he uses. So that's how he makes it go so quick, because I'm over here like scavenging through all this stuff, which is definitely not organized the best. I try to get more and more organized as time goes on, but if you ever do this scrap stuff, the key to being successful is kind of organization. Maybe I'll also take in some aluminum. Seems like if I bring aluminum, that'll add some more money to the pocket. I don't really know what scrap prices haven't changed. I think I was looking online. I don't know what they're really like in comparison. I haven't really sat down and thought about it. But they haven't changed since middle of November. So it's been a little over a month now. But I will be taking, oh, that's got some weight to it. The number 2 copper. These are pieces that come off of a lot of things, mostly radiators, or copper tubing you'd have in your house for like plumbing. But most of this is from clean aluminum, or I should say copper aluminum radiators. There's a lot of ends on it. I call them noodles, but I think they're called elbows. This has got some weight to it. For scrap purposes, a lot of people only like keeping copper and brass because copper and brass are your most common expensive metals, I should say. Like you'll find a lot of brass in plumbing as well, but copper you find a lot, whether it be like an electrical. That's where wire is. This I think this was jumper cable wire. It looks kind of oxidized. It looks sort of like aluminum, but it's actually copper. As well as plumbing. But this is, I don't know what it is right now, $2.50 a pound, $2.60 a pound. It got up to like $4 a pound. This is, I think, $1.90 a pound, around there. In the ballpark of there, but like steel, that's only, I don't know, 5 cents per pound. So you go from $2.50 to 5 cents. Like that bucket in there is worth more than a van load of steel. I think I showed that one time, one video. Alright, moving on. I do have this wire here that I'm going to try to run through the shredder, or I should say stripper, really quickly. The lighting doesn't want to light. Well, looks like the middle lights don't want to turn on, so it's going to be kind of dark. I'm going to run this wire through this stripper. As you guys see, this is all my bare bright copper. This is the best stuff you can have, I guess, except for maybe like platinum. But in terms of the scrap world, this is the top tier, or as kids like to say nowadays, S tier stuff. This is all wire that got too tangled up or just didn't want to strip for whatever reason. I don't know why that's in there. That's in the wrong one. It's gotta go in there. So that goes in there. Alright. Let's go ahead and plug this thing in, see how well this thing works. Like I've always said, I do have one video on using this machine. That video gets like 100 views every single day. It's one of my, I mean, it's not really great, but one of my best view per day video. People out there want to really know much about the analytics. My trash picking episodes, although I do number them, they actually, like if you go back to episode 533, that video gets like maybe one view every 48 hours. So stuff like this gets a lot more views for I don't know what reason, but it does. Might not be interesting when it comes out, but seems to hold its longevity on YouTube. I just want to show you that piece of wood. I had a piece of wood that oh yeah, here it is. One of my best videos on YouTube, like I've always said, this video on painting wood to make it look old. I still have this chunk of wood. If you haven't seen that video, it was posted, I think, in January of 2020. So that's a very long time ago. But I still have the wood. Alright. Let's fire this thing up. Actually, you know what? The tricky thing with this is find the right... That's not going to work. Let's see if this... What I don't like about this machine is you constantly have to adjust the height of the blade so it's not high enough, or it's not low enough. And if you ever get, oh, you're looking at something. If you ever, so what I don't like about using this machine is that you constantly have to adjust the height of the blade for every different size of wire you use. Some of them have like 8 different slots that have 8 different individual blades, so you just figure out which slot it goes into, so it's pretty easy. But this one you have to constantly adjust the height of the blade. The other issue I have with this is if any of this wire, as you guys can see, is kind of bent up, it's not straight, it doesn't run through the machine evenly, so it'll strip the wire up until this point, and it'll jump off the track, and the rest of the wire won't get stripped. So it's kind of like it has to be perfect for this thing to work. That might have been good. There we go. And now what I'm doing is just taking off the insulation. See, it jumped off the track at that point. Oh no, it didn't. Oh wow, that was kind of easy. So I edited that video to make it a lot shorter than it was, but I think this took me about 4 minutes between, well, probably took like 2 minutes. But yeah, now we have a little chunk of bare bright copper. We went from getting 50 cents a pound to, or 90 cents a pound to getting like $2 and maybe 50 cents a pound or $2.70 a pound. So you really made a little bit more money. But this thing does even weigh, honestly, it probably weighs about an ounce, maybe an ounce and a half. So it's, you maybe went from like making 5 cents to making 15 cents or 20 cents, maybe around there. So back into there, and we we made it here. Everything is completely frozen. It actually, when it gets so cold, it's not that cold, but when it gets so cold, the machines won't even turn on. So that's definitely something of interest. I know their holiday schedule is going to be all screwed up because of Christmas and New Year's and everything else going on. Everything gets pushed back. It just gets all weird. All right. I also brought a couple printers because I know they're not light iron, but I don't know if they can recycle them. Hey, look, flat screen TV. See if there's any goodies hiding back here. I don't see any, but I'm trying to take the largest shopping cart. This one's pretty big. That one's short. Nothing over there. I think this one's all right. I always like the shopping carts way of doing it. I know other scrap yards, they just come over and take the stuff out of your van or your truck. You have 3 or 4 people doing it. I'd rather just do this by myself. Now, one time I did bring a motor over. It looked like one of those motors. And I couldn't lift it, so I told them, hey man, I need you with the forklift. Of course, they come over and help you with the forklift. That's, you know, that's not unusual at scrap yards for, you know, driving around with forklifts. But like having people come over here and take stuff out of your van and walk it with you, I don't know. I just like seeing everything that I have. That way things don't go missing. They don't maybe take a chunk out, chuck it on the side, you know. Although I think people are really honest. Sometimes I don't really just get a little iffy about things. So that was bare bright copper. This is insulated wire. This will be my brass. He's gonna be shocked when I bring all this stuff in, because usually I show up with not much, like 3 ballasts, maybe a battery, 10 pounds of dirty aluminum. I don't ever really just bring in all my really good stuff at once, or really ever come across a lot of this really good stuff unless I go to an auction and the guy there has a workshop and maybe he did scrap on the side and I bought the contents for that. That's definitely gonna fall. That'd actually make for a great photo. Let's see what we make here. That door does not sound great. Say it almost every video. See what we make. Hopefully this doesn't all like fall everywhere, because I'll probably cry. This is kind of cool. It's like a sword or something. And we made it over to the light iron pile. So I have no idea what I made over there. Wow, they really cleaned up this place. I'll wait for this guy to go. That way I have space over there. They really did. I mean, this thing looks like it's leveled out. It looks like they got rid of a lot of these big piles. That is very interesting to me. Somebody just dropped off a bunch of mowers, it looks like. This is all swept out. Usually it's all muddy and there's nails everywhere. I won't say everywhere, but there's little bits of scrap metal and huge chunks of mud. And you don't want to run over any of it. It's one thing with these scrap yards. You don't want to run over any of it. Fortunately for me, I got smart this year. When I put on new tires, Mavis, which I said I wouldn't go ever to again, but they switched management. I had a really, really good time there, actually. They offer this plan for, I think it's like $15 a tire, where if you ever get a nail in it, they repair it for free. And it's not that repairing it is very difficult, it's the process to repair it is like a complete pain. Like you gotta take the tire off you gotta take the wheel and the tire off your truck, then you gotta take the tire off the wheel, then you gotta put the tire back on the wheel after you repair it. So it's like $15 anyway. It saves you a little bit of money, because I think patching a tire is usually like $20 to $25 depending on what kind of shop you go to. If you have a Ferrari, I'm pretty sure it's probably a lot more than that. But I figured I'm probably going to get a couple screws or nails in my tires over the course of probably the longevity of these tires. So if you come to the scrapyard, it's a great way to, well, you should probably do it. But as I've always said, park as far away as possible. That way you don't run over stuff like this big chunk of rebar. That would put a freaking tire. Yeah, that's putting a hole in your tire. If not, you're going to just need a whole new tire. Why is it even there? Okay, so now's the fun part. You go inside, you get your thing, you put on the ATM, your receipt, and you get paid out. Sad. So close. So close. Didn't get there. I don't know where we went wrong. My prices were right, so I think I said $1.90 for brass, and I said something like $2.50 for copper. It's $2.85. Bear Bright's $3.15. I only had 5 pounds. So the net is the pounds that you bring in. The tear and the gross, that's all like what's the initial weight, and then what's the weight once you take it off. But the net is, hopefully I said that right. The net is your actual weight in terms of what you brought in. So I had 13 pounds of number 2 copper. That's $37. Like I said, the Bear Bright only had 5 pounds, a little over 15 bucks for that. The wire, I have $12. The light irons, meh. Yeah, you see 160 pounds of light iron, I got 8 bucks. Sheet aluminum, I guess aluminum was a little bit far down. I thought it was at 35 cents per pound. It got up to 50 cents during COVID. And yellow brass, and $19 of that. So yeah, it rounded up because it was at $98.70. It rounded up to $99. So I guess I didn't get my 150 that I hoped. I got 100, or 99 I should say, but not my biggest payout. I guess I probably have bigger payouts when the prices are higher rather than bringing in more metal. Well, you can do either or, but usually if you bring in, you know, stuff in when the prices are high, you get a lot more money, especially, you know, if copper was at one time at $4, I think just 2 years ago, and now number 2 copper's at $2.85. So, yeah, it's been a fun year. This is my final scrap run of 2022, at least with all the better stuff and probably even just the light iron. I don't know how trash picking is going to be with the final week, but we will see. Other than that, it's been an awesome year. Thanks for coming along for another wonderful adventure to the scrapyard. A big payout, huge payout, $99 cash. Great for the holidays. And of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe down below for more treasure hunts and to see where all this metal comes from. Catch you guys next time for next adventure. Until next time, have a great day. Keep living a dream. Peace.